What's that? Oh, sure. Thanks. Okay. Welcome. Thank you for coming.
It's a nice change of scenery.
It is a nice change of scenery. Committee roll call. I forget how we do this. Okay, call out names.
No, we just usually know we're all here and
Okay.
you know, they're not here for his, yeah, he's got a dentist appointment.
Yes.
Yeah. So that covers that. And then we go to number 2, if there's any consideration of items not appearing on the posted agenda and the extra items. Do you have any, Jordan?
I do not have any extras.
The minutes of February 5th. Everyone had a chance to review.
I have a hard copy here if you like it. On it. There you go.
Okay, under 4.2,
Yep. We discuss non-willing sellers.
yeah. There's the. What was it doing? Oh, wait, yeah, Whitfield, to sell that Western great amount. Which is requesting a very quick.
Yeah, that's right.
So the notch should not be there.
Oh,
Notch shouldn't be there, since it's not requesting a greater.
But
thank you.
Yeah, but
We will make that change. Kelly, hopefully you got that. We've got type.
Helen is listening this entire time.
Uh-huh. She's still listening since 10 a.m.
Sorry.
Was it recorded though? Yeah, it's recorded now. Yeah, she started recording.
I go to approve the meeting minutes with the amendment.
I said,
I have a motion and a second, all in favor?
Uh,
Right, so we're on 4, project area parcel acquisition, so the floor goes to you.
Yes, okay, so Vets Midian is still in process, there's relocation involved, so that's still in process there, County is still confirming with willing sellers, DWR approved, the 3S Coker in Berrigan, and we reached out to those people and have not heard back yet, so we're planning on reaching out again in a few weeks.
I'm sorry.
That's fine. The DWR approved appraisals, the 3S Coker and Berrigan. Monument had reached out with offer packages and we haven't heard back yet. So we're gonna try again soon. The revised appraisals are still with DWR. I reached out to Nate to see if DWR's real estate team and Monument would like to have a discussion. I think there's possibly confusion with how the lots are being adjusted or something. Monument had a thought to that, so I'll let you know if we get a meeting. Haven't heard back just yet. And then the properties for sale. These 2 properties are still for sale, and Mary Jo, you had mentioned last time another property that was for sale. It was, I believe, the Lopez property, and I reached out to Monument to see if it is actually listed. So I haven't heard back just yet, but I just wanted to let you know that.
So.
I'm not sharing my screen. Oh, that's special.
So.
Sorry.
Clearly.
No. So update on, sorry, hang on. I need to share my screen. I think I lost. All right. Sorry, everybody online.
yeah.
Well, I apparently have ignored my chats. Even got a text message. Thanks. Now I got it too. Thank you. All right, moving right along. The Clear Lake Deck Club. So it's back for sale. I did speak to the buyer. He had called shortly after our meeting, last meeting, and wanted to know about the project. And I let him know that as soon as he buys his property, that property, we would reach out to him with contact letter saying that we want to purchase your property and just explain that we're moving forward with the project, and I guess that swayed him to not purchase the property. So as far as I know, that parcel is back up for sale.
So hopefully this they'll tell them perspective.
Yeah, I'll speak to Monument. We had discussed just hanging tight because I wanted to speak with Robinson Council. We had a meeting scheduled, but it was canceled because I don't know if they have an interest in buying part of. It's two different parcels. So the project's only interested in lower parcel that's only valued for $45,000, which the seller is not excited about only selling a part of their property for such a low cost. So I was going to see if there's possibility that
Maybe it was the buyer was.
no,
Yes, it was.
no, it was a gentleman who wanted to make a deck club oasis, essentially.
Like the idea of just not.
Yes,
But the if it's all that, then it's then again.
Depends what the restrictions are.
I don't know what's going to happen. I mean, it's going to be county land, but I don't know how it's going to be managed.
You know, each one of them gets some sort of wildlife
Again, constantly constant.
conservation easement. I don't know what that. I don't know what that means. I don't know if that means that you a specific type of hunting or if hunting is banned.
Right.
No further notice.
Okay.
I don't want to say yes, it's not, that I'm not 100% sure what that is.
It would be good to stick with these.
But one that you got one that wants it, and the other one doesn't want it, and it's really difficult. Don't street past this one.
We're thinking of other ways to.
I actually had talked to somebody who owns land near another property somewhere towards Bachelor Valley, where they have the same, the Gooses have the same type of, I guess, no, they just leave it preserved. And so what happens is the pigs are now living there and disproportionately populating and going on to friend's property who has the issue, and he's like, they keep coming over and destroying everything. So like luckily I could get a permit and kill them, but otherwise.
Yeah. One is so bad. Six.
And just a quick question about the club, said it's 2 properties, how big is the property you don't?
I don't know. It's bigger.
Approximately.
It depends on you.
And it's
It has that house, yeah, it's got other structures, it's bigger than the Deck Club property, and I can't even remember how big the Deck Club property is.
like 20 acres, 50 acres, 100 acres.
Yeah, probably on the I think, I wanna say Deck Club is 34 acres.
Maybe the
The
part, the wetlands part of it.
yes. I think it is, but
The
maybe
other one's 7 acres, so it might
it's
be.
larger, yeah.
Except for the one.
Right. And DJ, do you know if there's any interest at all in Robinson?
Or
Have they looked at, looking at purchasing that property?
don't,
That's what I wanted to ask at the meeting.
and then you could still, yeah,
I had talked to Luis and he had mentioned possibly if Robinson bought the upper parcel, we could buy the lower parcel.
yeah, we'd have to ask them. And it would be something I don't even know. I didn't even know that they had a standing meeting at 1, so when I scheduled our meeting at 1, it was like, that's why it was not canceled, but they were like, well, can we do it at 3?
Yeah, and I was.
And you couldn't make it, yeah, so,
Sorry.
yeah, it's okay, I know now. That it has to be after 1, it has to be like at 2
Okay.
for us, yeah.
I was just curious if in the past they looked at that properties that.
And I would defer to EPA to let you know.
And is anybody, so we don't know.
I'm done with mine.
Okay,
Satisfied.
great.
Does anybody reached out to Whitfield to explain that, yeah, we know you can take last, but part of this. The other.
We haven't reached out to discuss that yet because I'm not sure where that other funding is gonna come from because they listed that house for 1.8 million. And Monument hasn't been allowed to go out to do an actual appraisal. And just by looking at it, they're estimating somewhere between 700,000 to 800,000, somewhere like that. So finding a spare million is kind of difficult.
Oh, I understand that.
Um,
So we're just gonna wait on. Go.
we're waiting at the moment, yes.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm sorry, I don't have a better answer for that.
I don't know who's even looking at it or anything, I think it's just not.
I mean, first step is they need to let us on to do an appraisal, and Monument has reached out to do that. Within about 6 months.
So
As far as they know.
the reason they have one honestly is to.
What
They don't, I think they perhaps don't understand that we don't know the appraised value, unlike DW1 said. So that I think that they assume that there's no capacity at all. It's not.
Yeah, I think that they just, no matter what, want that price. And figure out, I'm going to figure out what we get it. Yes,
This stupid ideas, be open for other negotiating terms, like. A plaque that says, thank you to the Whitfield County for providing these property back to the public domain. Or ensuring the protection of this important area. Just anything to make you feel special and leaving your family name and.
we have to, yeah, I mean, we'd have to just actually talk to them first, and so far that has been unsuccessful, so.
I was wondering, are we open for something like that, to maybe we pay a little bit more and we also kind of use that to try to bring it down, I don't know.
Yeah,
I think-
she's never talked to any of us,
Yeah.
and like
Are we
even when
open to negotiations of certain things? Sure, depending on what it is, I mean, yeah.
even when I started trying to talk to her in 19, everything was requested in writing. But has she even responded to anything that's been sent? Or
She
they?
did not, Monument did speak, with the real estate agent a while back, but it was basically just. Yeah, we're not budgeting.
Okay.
And then, the real estate agent has reached back out to Monument, but it seems like they're playing some phone tag right now, so. Sure.
Yeah, it would probably be, if anything, it would be the Christensen name for their dad, Al. He was the.
Yeah, I don't know if that's. It's just an idea, and I just.
Putting it out there, like legacy that he's gonna be there for a while.
All right. Go to the next slide.
So 2 people have still been considered.
I'm having technical.
Really? Yeah. Phil? Yeah, it's been a while, I mean, it's been on it, right? So, quite some time.
Both of us drunk out.
Okay, project area parcel acquisition, still have our non-willing sellers. Mary Jo, last time you had asked what, properties did not have appraisals, or perhaps it was Terry, so these two, Whitfield and Wilkerson, do not have appraisals of all the.
Okay.
And we had discussed the eminent domain, whether Monument was capable of providing that service, and they absolutely are. And they also gave me a rundown of kind of what that service looks like. It's contact letters, keeping a journal, and then basically lawyers. So I have an email out to our county council to see if that's something that county council can provide litigation on, or if we have to hire outside for that litigation, and if county council would be the person or be the entity that picks that lawyer, or if we have to. So I haven't heard back yet.
And also, get that discussion, but I think they also increase our their costs with Belmont.
That was just something. If I had a typo in that amendment,
I thought there was an increase in
we did technically last year. Yes, we did just recently increase.
oh, gotcha.
The one that you just recently saw was because I typed it.
Yeah.
Yes.
I have a friend that always points it on.
Yeah, no, it was a number thing, and numbers aren't my deal. So.
Yeah, we're fixing a number but not increase.
Yes, that's exactly right.
Sorry.
That's okay. Okay, any questions on this? Those
So
are-
they will provide eminent domain assistance, and they've given you a layout of how to do that too.
Yep, yep. Still looking for funding. That was another question for the domain. I reached out to DWR, but I haven't heard back yet, and we'll see.
Anything in the minutes? Provide the information on what they shared. with you?
Absolutely. Yeah. Yeah, I have it here. I just didn't write it.
I think our job is to try to reduce that list as much as possible, so we don't have to look for a whole lot. Just have to look for whatever that. You left over to, the list is not exhaustive, which is great,
Mhm,
it's still gonna be absolutely.
mhm.
And then this one, yeah, we were supposed to meet with, again, I scheduled it at 1, like a month in advance. And then, when it got to the date, I was like, assuming we had set up and we got ready for it. And then, the chair called and texted and said, hey, can we push it to 3? And I was like, I'll ask. And, she couldn't make it, so we weren't able to meet on that. But I know Linda was gonna attend too, to talk about maintenance issues, so I think we'll have to reschedule, but, I will make sure it's at like 2, something like that. And Upper Lake is still willing to meet too. I just gotta set that up with these.
Okay,
Yeah, I was gonna say, I'm pretty sure Chairman Chuck Bonner's email,
Okay,
a couple times,
Oh.
seen for meetings,
okay,
no response.
okay. I'll set one today.
Those meetings should probably happen fast.
Yeah,
Selection.
okay. I will go ahead. Note that.
Just to put the conversation, I know we just kind of talked about purchasing of the property. I know that Robinson looked at it, we looked at it, it's way above and beyond what the actual value is. The conversation about purchasing the property, or is it about the importance of the property and what the plan is for the property?
It was just mainly tied into the whole discussion overall because Marina leaving. Now we were basically gonna have Jordan talk with them and then just. on the same page. Yeah,
overall.
and I think the same thing still tells from when you asked Chair Cromwell. They weren't able to buy it because there was something, I forgot what it was, but they didn't buy it, so they're not, I haven't heard of anyone looking at buying. So,
That's the point of getting in favor. So that it's not, it doesn't cost anybody.
Yeah,
right, yeah, and so I don't. yeah, I don't know if anybody wants to, I mean, it seems to be way,
Oh, it's actually,
Yeah, I don't think she wants it to get released, no matter what. It doesn't matter to the property owner what the appraisal is, but it's still, I don't. We still have to have an appraisal in order to even potentially buy it, and I think that. I think that the real estate agent does know that. But I
there's
still.
anybody talk to the real estate agent about partnership. Value comes up with the appraised value, somebody else comes up with the rest of it.
No, I don't think that's been discussed yet.
You know, going to opposite or anybody else.
Yeah.
Without an idea of how much to.
Yeah.
Trying to contribute.
I totally get it. The first step is getting that appraisal and we can't get sure.
It's almost like we have to start with the donation, or type of things to go on there, because the courts wouldn't be able to proceed without actual appraisal, without any property either. My worry is that they're standing there right now. Obviously, they want much more, that's why they're standing right now. The other, he started seeding into an eminent domain on such a historically significant area, just I don't know, it would feel weird, I don't know. Take it as a given.
So.
And weird is not the right word,
It's contradictory.
it just seems impossible on something that's not. What our intent is at all, it's just that a lot of times, I would hope that we can have an understanding. With local tribes and letting them know what the plan is and why we're doing that. Just because again, optic wise,
So say down the road. They're still holding out. We've got everything else. This was not actually in the original project. What is the responsibility to come providing? The island. But it becomes an island.
I don't know. It's a good question. I don't know.
It's probably doesn't have to buy a road. It becomes a lot less valuable.
and I do know that, what they were, I think what they were explaining was they were looking at, the federal grant the tribe was, when they were telling us that the, check signing deal or whatever it was. And so, that would have been a way. I mean, because at that point, at that juncture, the federal government's just mainly trying to work with the tribe to get land, historical land back. So the cost isn't really the issue at hand, so, but for whatever reason, it didn't work out. And so that would have may have been the only way they would have benefited, because if there's a cost from federal government that would have covered what they're asking for, but otherwise, I don't happen from there, because I know for me, like, I mean, I'm not gonna spend that amount. I already know it's not worth it.
we'll get to that. Just find that later now. We can.
But I think what you mentioned too might be ideal for, like, if Monuments dealing with the real estate, maybe that could be the topic, is partnerships of different agencies. Maybe that may be a way to get them to open up.
Yeah.
And this is in this area, some of the area, part of the parcel is what we need for the project. The other amount is just something we're talking about doing, right? So it's not something that can be eminent domain. That is that right?
My goal, our goal was that we wanted to get the entirety of the island itself is split kind of two properties. And I think that for the historical significance, it would be the best for us to acquire it and then talk about it, whether it's co-management, making it a historical landmark, protecting it, like whatever it is that we need to do to protect it for the rest of eternity. Is whatever that plan needs to be. In my opinion, I think the conversation that we've had.
Yes.
So I've always looked at it as, yes, we're looking to get both those properties that make up.
Because I think, and that's probably even why there's such a stance that they have, is they know that nobody can really eminent domain part of the property, maybe the smaller property, so,
I'm sure that in the.
Yeah.
If it's gonna be isolated, I don't know to.
there won't be, right?
All this money. I think,
I said all goes well, it'll be an island again, yes.
yeah. That's what it's.
And it's the full parcel that we'd be purchasing. It's not. Wait,
EWR,
I don't have any updates.
Other than they finished a couple of our appraisals.
that's right.
Project area property maintenance, we're still continuing to clean up dump sites. Linda's working to possibly have a gate put in for that cutoff road, that little section there, so that it will help eliminate some of the dumping. People will still find a way, I'm sure.
That was part of the goal to talk with the tribe as well. Linda wanted to talk to them about some of that. dumping.
Yeah, possibly helping for funding to get that gate put in.
Yeah.
Some of the dumpers are members, tribal members. Yeah, so,
I'm wondering if Robinson's properties that are in the project area also have some issues of even dumping or something like that, and maybe that's a good place for find some agreement somehow. I don't know if it's deep, or because I know it looked like Robinson's properties were more like off 20 rather than deeper into the whole thing, so I don't know what the dumping is. Suspect a little further outside.
yeah, mainly off of car access roads.
Sale Park.
Yeah. All right. The only update I have for this is there's a new project manager. I was late to the meeting that we had with the new project manager, and I haven't had a chance to speak with him since.
Is that the last one?
Yeah, so I don't have an update for this, other than last I heard it was on track.
So we talked about it last time, it was Harry that brought it up. And it was in our conversation with the R4 48-inch. I
Oh, yeah, I
don't
don't,
have an update on.
no, I don't, other than I said, I don't know what that is.
And it's
I
like
didn't hear that
literally,
from them either.
if you look at it, it is on, remember the original map, EJ, that we used to look at with all the different colors and the ring levy was like this bright red.
Oh, yeah.
So when you look at that, it does have an arrow that it says like 48-inch pipe or something. It's on like the west side. of the
Yes,
property.
that's the new, that showed up, well, new, it's what's been like modified, the original map does not have that one.
Okay.
And it showed up at some point, and I have no idea what it's for,
It's so weird that it's on the west side.
yeah. Not sure.
So yeah, that's still a random occurrence. Where did that come from? And you're piping the water.
People chatting and I can't open the chat.
Yeah.
So Kelly, if you're able to text message me, I cannot open the chat. And open Zoom. I'm having technical difficulties, so whoever chatted, I apologize.
Oh, it was me. Sorry, I thought I was saying something on an earlier item, but there is a local pig hunt club that pays property owners for access to their property to hunt pigs. And it is pretty exclusive. They're pretty skilled hunters, and it's coordinated by the former chair of the County Fish and Wildlife Advisory Committee, Greg Euste. So if there's anybody up there who has a problem with pigs that wants to get paid to have somebody come on their property and hunt pigs, that is an option. I'm sorry, that was meant for an earlier item. I apologize. It's totally out of context.
okay.
now.
Oh, no, that's good. I know where the guy's at on the way over. I can stop by his park shop and tell
Yeah.
him.
And I will give you, I can put Greg's phone number here in the chat. Okay, you guys can access it. how about I just send it to Jordan and Supervisor Crandall now?
Perfect.
Great,
Contact directly. Yeah.
great.
Thank you.
Okay, any other comments on item 8?
E, G, and E.
Don't have any updates.
So did the approval of the $200,000 be allocated? Has there been any submissions to PG&E to begin their process? So there was an application or something along those lines.
I have not, I think Scott DeLeon and I were supposed to get together for that, and we have not.
But still, again, I feel like the Army Corps said that it needed in order to finish the validation study, but the idea of they looking for a water bridge, or they looking for a levee to their transmission towers, because they wanted vehicle access to their towers, and that design is where PG&E will help us provide that information. So I don't think it's blocking the Army Corps, but it's still something that eventually.
Yes.
And do you think, I was thinking about this too, is the new representative? With the other representatives, we had Melinda and then previous, we talked to one of them and
Allison, it was
that's the one we talked to about the,
no comment.
yeah, that's, yeah.
We could talk to Jason, I don't know how up to date he is on stuff,
But that way we can get him up to date.
but we can have a conversation, it doesn't.
Let's see if you might want to come to the, it's be June meeting, right? I think that. Cause he's got to get a hold of me for. Something in Lucerne. You probably remember the ladies came, the couple that came about wires and stuff like that. Yeah, he's got to get back to me, so.
Yeah, he's gotta get back to me about the big giant bill we received from the shelter.
Now we can remind him, so you'll tell him and I'll tell him.
Yeah, that.
We should be like, hey, just remind him, can you come to the Little Creek Restoration in June, just talk with us about the PG&E? Yeah.
Okay, legislative, I do not have any updates. Any updates?
At this time, I'm comfortable with what we received. We got extensions from our legislative folks, and we also have the Army Corps right there.
Great. Project funding, this is the same from last meeting. I didn't have a chance to ask Jackie to create a new one, Jackson.
I asked a quick question.
Of course.
It says expended through 22-23. Is that a typo? Or is that not counting any of 23-24 at all?
That is not including 23-24.
This is only up to June 30th of
Yep.
23.
I believe so. Oh. I'll need to check with Jacqueline on that because our last meeting should, it might be a typo. I'll ask. Okay. Caltrans, any updates? I do not have any updates.
Other than we know that the rent levy is gone again. It keeps coming back. We'll have another conversation before this is all over.
Well, they're looking at middle mile too, and that, I think that comes along this highway, so it might be something to.
I know they're talking about a seawall on the south side of Highway 20, where there's that chance of flooding the Robinson Rancheria. Single parking lot area, so they're talking about putting up some sort of water controlling mechanism.
It's not like,
It's a wall or, yeah, it's. You know, spot, I don't know. I would hate for it to be just another levy. But I know that they were trying not to put the burden on Robinson Rancheria by saying, "Oh, how about we add some bill over here or things like that. In order to get their parking lot out of this flood zone. So they're looking more again to work on the south side.
Okay,
We'll see what happens.
all right, any public expression? I can't access the Zoom, so if anyone would like to express their public expression, please go ahead.
I have a quick question. This is Angela from Water Resources. There is a question from the Blue Ribbon Technical Subcommittee about an update on this project. Is that planned?
I don't think anybody has reached out to me.
Yeah, Sam reached out and asked for March, but you think you said April. So that meeting, but I didn't, he just said it would be at a future meeting at the last one. And that's on
Okay,
the 25th of April, a Thursday.
okay,
Oh, the technical meeting?
I think it was a technical meeting, or I don't know. That's what I'm saying. If it was if the Middle Creek Committee has a preference, if it's just the technical subcommittee meeting, or both the technical and socioeconomic subcommittee, or if it was for the whole at large. I didn't know what was.
I will reach out to Sam.
Yeah, because the other one is in, I think, May 16th, something like that.
May 16th at 10 a.m. Yeah, in person.
That's the full committee, but.
That's the full committee.
Full, yeah. But because it has to do with I didn't know if it was supposed to be at both of the subcommittee meetings or the meeting at large. So just a question and a comment that the other committee meetings and partnerships are asking about this project for updates. So, okay, that's it.
Okay,
Thank you. What was that?
all right.
It reset. It says, oh, we're gonna update.
I got it. Sometimes.
Any non-timed items, just a reminder that next meeting will be at Lakeport in the courthouse. Conference room C, and just so it's on the recording, Greg Guste's phone number 707-245-7671 for the pigs.
Okay, yeah, I got that right.
All right. Next meeting, June 3rd.
See if I can get EGD that we will.
Back to the month.
Okay. Kelly, you can close the Zoom down.
Thank you, Kathy.